To open up RDWorks, which is what runs the laser, there's the icon for it, the black and red square. Double click, it opens up a new file, and as soon as the Boss Laser logo goes away, it's ready to work on. If you wanted to just draw something in here, there are line tools, rectangle and square tools, circle tools. So it's perfectly reasonable if you just wanted to draw a square, you could drag and click and drag to draw a square. In order to size that accurately, if you highlight it, this is the selection tool here. If you highlight it, it turns color, and you'll notice that there are square blocks on the outside of it, the corner blocks. If you grab one of the corner blocks, you can change the size of it. It stays the same shape, but you're changing the size of it. If you grab one of the side blocks, you can stretch it sideways. Same with the top and bottom blocks. The easy way to make it a particular size is to just go up here, and this lock symbol tells you right now it's unlocked, there's a gap in it. So you can modify the width. There's the left-right dimension for this in millimeters. This is the vertical dimension. So if we wanted to make this width exactly 300 millimeters, we can highlight that, type in 300, and it becomes that. So say we wanted now the height to be 200 millimeters, we can type 200 in there, and it's now exactly 300 wide by 200 high. If you want it to stay that shape, but you'd like to change its size later on, you can click on the lock symbol and say you wanted it to either be 310 millimeters, you could type that in here. Let's do that, 310. So now it changes the 310 and the 200 millimeter dimension to stay in the same shape. You can also just introduce a percentage increase in it. Say we wanted it to be 50% bigger, so we type in 150% and it gets bigger like that, but stays the same aspect ratio. It's always possible to unlock this and be able to go back to changing it independently. So if you go to the circle tool, you can draw a shape that is any shape at all, elliptical or circular. If you want it to be circular, you could guess at how it looked, but you could also go directly to there, unlock this, and make sure that the height and the width were the same. So if, let's say we wanted a 100 millimeter circle there, we could type in 100 for that, and 100 for that, and now we have a circular part. If you want to make it a circle to start with, if you hold down the control key, it makes it round. So if you want a circle, hold down the control key, you'll draw a circle. If you want an ellipse, an egg shape something or other, you can not hold the key down and create whatever shape you want. And again, modifying these shapes is as simple as highlighting it and then going up and changing the dimensions on them. Okay. So if you want to put some text in, you can click on the text box over here, click someplace out here on the drawing, and you get to choose a font from here. We're selecting TrueType fonts right now. Any TrueType font will work as long as it's loaded into the machine system. We rarely use the SHX font because TrueType covers so much. So we can pick a different font type. and then type our message in here. Let's just say test 1. And then click, oh, the other thing is you can specify the height here. Right now it's 35 millimeters. Let's make it 20 millimeters. You can specify the width as a percentage of height. So 100% width would be full width. And that's a normal looking text. Let's zoom in on that. You'll notice that it has the same black blocks on the outside of it. So if you want to mess around with this, you can stretch it out, you can squeeze it together, you can make it tall. Oop. And you'll notice in the middle of it there's a little pink X. That's the handle to move it around. If you grab hold of one of these, you're just going to stretch it. You're not going to move it. But if you grab hold of the handle, then you can put it where you like.